Buckle up, folks, because we're diving headfirst into a jaw-dropping day that's equal parts regal, riveting, and downright awe-inspiring. Picture this: the windswept plains of Scotland, the roar of cutting-edge aircraft slicing through the sky, and the king himself, yes, King Charles, stepping onto the hallowed grounds of RAF Lossiemouth. This wasn't just a visit. It was a moment etched in history, a dazzling blend of tradition, power, and pride. His Majesty was there to present the coveted squadron standard and get an up-close look at the Royal Air Force's shiny new toy, the Boeing P-8A Poseidon. Trust me, this is a story you won't want to miss. Let's set the scene. RAF Lossiemouth, nestled in the rugged beauty of Moray, Scotland, isn't just any airbase. It's a fortress of courage, a hub of innovation, and a cornerstone of the UK's defence. On this crisp, electric morning, the base was buzzing with anticipation. Airmen and women stood tall, their uniforms pristine, their eyes gleaming with pride. The sky above was a canvas of gray and blue, as if nature itself knew something monumental was about to unfold. And then, like a scene from a blockbuster movie, King Charles arrived, his presence commanding yet warm, a living symbol of continuity in a fast-changing world. Why was this visit such a big deal? Well, let's break it down. The squadron standard isn't just a flag. It's a sacred emblem, a badge of honor earned through decades of service, sacrifice, and sheer grit. Presenting it is no small feat. It's a ceremony steeped in tradition, a nod to the brave souls who've served and the ones who'll carry the torch forward. And then there's the Boeing P-8A Poseidon, a beast of an aircraft that's redefining maritime patrol and reconnaissance. This wasn't just a royal visit. It was a celebration of legacy and a bold leap into the future. Are you hooked yet? Because we're just getting started. As King Charles stepped out of his sleek, blacked-out vehicle, the atmosphere crackled with excitement. The crowd, military personnel, local dignitaries, and a smattering of lucky onlookers, erupted into respectful applause. His Majesty, dressed in a sharp military uniform adorned with medals that told stories of their own, exuded a quiet strength. At 76, he carried himself with the vigor of a man half his age, his eyes scanning the scene with genuine curiosity and pride. This wasn't a king just going through the motions. This was a leader deeply invested in the people and machines defending his nation. The ceremony kicked off with the kind of pomp and circumstance that makes your heart swell. A military band, their brass instruments gleaming under the Scottish sun, belted out a stirring rendition of the national anthem. The notes hung in the air, mingling with the salty breeze rolling in from the North Sea. Every soul on that tarmac stood a little taller, their chests puffed out, their spirits soaring. King Charles, standing at the center of it all, was the picture of dignity, his face a mix of solemnity and admiration as he prepared to present the squadron standard. Now let's talk about that standard. If you're picturing just a fancy flag, think again. This is a symbol forged in the fires of history, a banner that carries the weight of every mission flown, every life saved, every battle won. For the squadron receiving it, it's a moment of unparalleled pride, a recognition of 25 years of unwavering service. As King Charles stepped forward, the standard in his hands, you could feel the gravity of the moment. The crowd fell silent, the only sound the faint hum of distant aircraft and the rustle of the standard's rich fabric in the breeze. The charity folks weren't having it. Internal memos leaked later show board members fuming. "This isn't collaboration, it's a hijack," one wrote. Another called it exploitative bullshit disguised as goodwill. They felt used, like the event was just fodder for Meghan's Instagram feed and her next big headline. But the absolute kicker? That generous donation Meghan's team hyped up? Turns out, they wanted it reclassified as an in-kind branding collab. Translation: no cash for the charity. Just some social media shout-outs and the privilege of being linked to Meghan's name. Priceless, right? Wrong again, the charity saw right through it and yanked the plug. Within 48 hours, poof, Meghan's photos vanished from their socials. They dropped a cryptic statement about reassessing celebrity partnerships, which in charity speak means get lost. Meghan's PR machine went into overdrive, pumping out their own rosy press release to bury the bad vibes. But the damage was done. An anonymous insider, fed up with the hypocrisy, leaked the full rundown to tabloids on both sides of the pond. The email read like a confession. She came for content, not compassion. Camera crews and fake smiles, that's it. Didn't ask about the kids. Couldn't even remember their names. The headlines exploded. Duchess of Deception. Meghan's charity sham exposed. It was brutal, and Harry? He was caught totally off guard. Insiders say he thought this was a real deal, a way to support youth programs that hit close to home for him. But as the backlash poured in, he was shattered. "He's always been serious about charity," a former aide revealed. This felt personal, like watching his dreams crumble in real time. Tensions at home skyrocketed. Harry reportedly grilled Meghan on why he wasn't in the loop about the partnership details. She shrugged it off as jealous media BS, but even he couldn't ignore the stink. Enter Tom Bower, the royal biographer who's never pulled punches on the Sussexes. In a fiery interview, he labeled it textbook narcissism, using a cause to boost herself without lifting a finger. And he's not alone. A wave of ex-palace staff, critics, and charity pros are piling on, pointing out the pattern. Big announcements, glossy photos, zero follow-through. Remember that India lunch program for schoolgirls? Meghan posed like she was hands-on, but locals said the donation was from sponsors, and her role? Pure promo. Or those banana messages for sex workers. "You are brave" scribbled on fruit, slammed as tone-deaf fluff.